Um, all right, and also I would like to point out that the information that I will be providing in the next slides, it may seem like a lot of information, and you don't have to memorize everything. It's more so you have an idea on what to advise the claimant to do, like when they should apply for one program versus the other. Okay, so first, the first program that we have to assist with the COVID-19 public health emergency is the regular unemployment insurance compensation. And this program was created in 1935 to assist workers when they are unemployed by no fault of their own. And benefits paid for this program actually come from taxes the employers pay for having employees. We divide the years into periods of 3 months that we call quarters. And the basic monetary requirement to receive regular unemployment insurance benefits is that the individual must have worked at least 500 hours or earned at least $1,000 in employment for which their employer paid unemployment insurance taxes, and that the total amount they earned is at least 1.5 times the amount they earned in the quarter where they earned the most money. For claims filed on June 28th of last year or later, the minimum weekly benefit amount is going to be $157, and the maximum benefit amount is going to be $673. For claims filed last year before that date, the minimum will be $151, and the maximum is going to be $648. So, if they filed their claim in January, February, or March of this year, 2021, we will look at the hours they worked from October of 2019 through September of 2020. If they worked 500 hours or more, they will have a valid claim. If they did not work 500 hours or more, during this period of time, we will see if they earned at least $1,000, and if during the whole time from October 2019 through September 2020, they made at least 1.5 times the amount they made in the quarter where they earned the most money. So if they do not qualify for benefits using the first 4 of the last 5 completed calendar quarters, we will look at that same information, but for the immediately last 4 completed quarters. And here's an example. So let's say that a claimant wants to file a claim today, February 9 of 2021, and their regular base year is going to be from October 2019 through September 2020. During that time, they did not work 500 hours, but they earned $12,000 in employment for which their employer paid unemployment insurance taxes. So they earned $5,000 from October to December of 2019, $4,000 from January to March of 2020, and they did not work at all from April through June of 2020, but they earned an additional $3,000 from July to September of 2020. In this case, we will look at the quarter in which they earned the most, which is going to be, in this case, from October to December of 2019, in which they earned $5,000. 1.5 times that amount is $7,500. So since they earned $12,000 during the whole time, what we call the base year period, then they would have a regular unemployment insurance claim, a valid regular unemployment insurance claim. And the amount that they would receive as their weekly benefit amount is going to be 1.25% of the total wages earned during the base year. And also under the regular unemployment insurance compensation, claimants can get up to 26 weeks of benefits. So if a person meets the monetary requirements just mentioned, they should apply for regular unemployment compensation before exploring their eligibility for any other unemployment insurance program. And to apply, if a person wants to file an application, and whether it is an initial application for regular unemployment compensation or a weekly application, you need to access our main page, unemployment.oregon.gov, and select the option, the online claim system option under quick links that you will find at the left side of the page. And it is important to know that we will cover how to apply for regular unemployment insurance in detail tomorrow. I will go over the application process tomorrow. And this information, I have included this information in this presentation just so for your convenience. I also place links on these slides. I will be sending you also these slides, and there are links on the slides where you can click and it will get you to the web page that it's been shown there. Oh, and in order to access the links, you do have to play that on the presentation mode, and you will see like this little hand. So if you click here, you will go directly to the online claim system. If you go here, you're going to go to the unemployment.oregon.gov page. Okay. So once you click on that online claim system link, you will be redirected to a page containing the menu for the online claim system. And you will select the first option that says regular UI claim if the person wants to file an initial claim, or regular UI weekly claim if they want to claim a week of benefits. I also included this check mark here. If you click on the check mark or on step-by-step guide, this will redirect you to our step-by-step guide on how to file a regular UI claim. And also the menu, the online claim system menu is available in Spanish. So you just need to click Español if you want to see the options display in Spanish. Okay. So when the claimant they already filed their initial claim, they were claiming UI benefits, but then they stopped claiming for 1 week or more, the system will ask that they restart their claim. And this happens because we have requirements to record each and every employer the person has worked for. So when a week is skipped, which we call a break-in reporting, the system will want to know if they have worked, and if they have, they will be asked to provide that information. And also you can click the step-by-step guide on how to restart a claim, and we will also go over that information tomorrow. So it is very, very, very important that before you start filing the initial application for the claimant, you make sure to ask that they have the following information on hand, because if they don't, you won't be able to file the claim. So it's very important that you ask they have these information on hand. The full name, as it appears under Social Security card, their Social Security number, a good mailing address, all the employers they have worked for in the last 18 months. And why do we ask for the last 18 months? We ask claimants to provide their employment information for the last 18 months because if, let's say, for example, they were injured and they were unable to work for more than 6 weeks during what we already mentioned, that base period, for example, they may qualify for a base year extension. So it may be that if they qualify for this base year extension, we could increase their weekly benefit amount. So that is why it is very important that they have their employment information for the last 18 months. And the employment information includes the name of the business they were working at, their address and their phone number, how much they made while working for that employer, the amount they made per hour, per month, or per year, and their job title. If the claimant is not a U.S. citizen, it is very important that they have their USCIS number or a number as it appears in some of the cards. And depending on the case, it could be that we need the I-94 number. So also make sure they have that information. Now, if the person worked out of state during that base year that we talked about, they will have to call the UI Center to file an initial claim. And it's important to know that we are backdating unemployment insurance claims upon request. So if a person tells you that they want to claim weeks from last year, file the claim for them, and then submit a request to backdate through our contact us form on our website, unemployment.oregon.gov. And I will also guide you through the contact us form later on the training. We are also offering PEUC. This is one of the programs, it's Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation. And this was one of the programs that were implemented as a result of the CARES Act back in 2020. And to be eligible under this program, the individual must have had run out of benefits on the regular unemployment claim that ended after July 1st of 2019. And not be eligible for unemployment compensation in any other state or Canada. Also, they need to remain able to work, available for work, and actively seeking work according to the current state rules when they are claiming. And this program was offering 13 additional weeks of benefits for the time period from March 29 through December 26 of 2020. They must have had a balance of $0 on their regular unemployment claim. So it means they must have exhausted or used up all of their regular unemployment benefits. And for example, every unemployment insurance claim expires after 1 year. So if they had a claim that expired on August 31st of 2019, and they did not qualify for a regular claim, a new regular claim in Oregon, in any other state, or in Canada, then they were probably eligible for PEUC. Another example would be that they had a valid regular UI claim that expired on November of last year, and they exhausted all of their benefits. So their claim is maxed out, and they had no possibility for a claim in other state or Canada, then they may have qualified for PEUC as well. And the amount that they could receive from PEUC would be the same they were receiving on the prior claim, the regular unemployment insurance claim. and they would be able to receive up to 13 weeks of benefits. And every week that they wanted to get from PEUC must be claimed. So PEUC benefits are retroactive. So if someone meets this criteria and they have never claimed PEUC and they have skipped claiming 1 or more weeks, they need to file an application for PEUC using the online claim system, and then contact us through the contact us form in order for them to get to claim the weeks from last year. Okay, so the new extension to PEUC means, so on December 27 of 2020, the federal legislation for continued assistance to deal with the COVID-19 was signed into law. So this is what you may see in our website as CAA, it's Consolidated Appropriations Act. I have also seen it as Continued Assistance Act. It is all the same. It's just this additional extensions to the unemployment insurance program. So for PEUC, the CAA approved an additional 11 weeks. And to get this assistance, the person must have used up all of their prior PEUC assistance. And in most cases, all the benefits payable to them under the extended benefits program. The claimants could receive PEUC benefits until the week of March 13, 2021. And if they are claiming benefits during that week, so they claim benefits as of the week ending on March 13, 2021, they may be able to participate of a phase-out period that allows them to continue to get PEUC benefits until April 10 of 2021. And to file an application for PEUC, again, you just go to the online claim system and select the option that says regular UI benefit extension PEUC. So you will only file this extension if the claimant wants the additional 11 weeks and in their existing regular UI claim, and they did not receive any PEUC during 2020. So if the person received PEUC last year and wants to receive the additional 11 weeks, they just need to continue to file weekly claims. If they skip claiming for a week or more, they will have to restart their claim. And again, if they want to claim for weeks in the past, let's say at the beginning of this year when this was available, they need to contact us using the contact us form, and you can help them doing that. Another of the programs that we had available for assisting with the COVID-19 public health emergency is the extended benefits or high extended benefits. It depends on the unemployment rate in the state. And this is an extension of regular unemployment insurance benefits that is activated or deactivated, which is triggered on or off, depending on the total unemployment rate in the state. So extended benefits provides an additional 13 weeks of benefits to those who qualify, and it is activated or deactivated based on the unemployment rate. If the state's total unemployment rate is more than 6.5% over a period of 3 months, then EB is triggered on. So those benefits are available. And claimants, the only thing that claimants need to do to get extended benefits is to continue to file their weekly claims. If they qualify for extended benefits, they will be paid. If not, they will receive a letter indicating that they are not eligible. And it is important to note that currently we have triggered off of extended benefits. So we are no longer providing extended benefits. The last week that we can pay under this program is the week of February 14th through February 20th. And this is because our total unemployment rate has dropped. And under the new legislation, under the CAA, claimants that were receiving extended benefits will be eligible to receive the 11 weeks extension of PEUC. So if a claimant was receiving extended benefits, and they will get those benefits up until the week of February 14th through February 20th. And after that, all they need to do is to continue to claim weekly. Once the new extension is implemented into our system, this additional 11 weeks, once those are implemented into the system, they will then get the payments. And there's a possibility that it may take a while, that they may see a break in the payments.
Suleiman, I have a question. So is the contact us form the only way to reach out in employment department?
No, they can also call, and I included that information, the contact information, in here in the presentation. However, I always advise using the contact us form because it is better. So you don't have to be waiting online, and it also directs the information. You will see when I show you later on the training that you can select. Like for example, if it's for backdating, you select the program and then you select backdating, that's the assistance that you need. And that goes directly to the people that can help them. So that's why I always advise using the contact us form. I think it is much more effective.
Do you know if the contact us form is they're available also in Spanish?
Yes, we can check that information, but I'm pretty sure because we were working on that, and I'm pretty sure it's already in Spanish.
And this is Teresa. It is. It's been in Spanish for, I'm not exactly sure how long, I think a few months now, but yes, thank you for asking that.
Okay. And for claimants, this here I'm showing the eligibility criteria for extended benefits. So in order for a claimant to have qualified for extended benefits, they must have exhausted their regular unemployment insurance claim and their PEUC claim last year, and not qualify for a new claim in Oregon or any other state, and earned at least 40 times their weekly benefit amount. So if their weekly benefit amount was 151, then they must have earned at least $6,040 during what we call the base year, which I've shown you earlier. And again, there is no need to apply for this program, even if in a couple of weeks or months we are triggered on again into extended benefits. This is not something that the claimants have to apply for. It will happen automatically if they qualify. They just need to continue to claim every week. Okay, we also have PUA, or Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. And this program was implemented as well as a result of the CARES Act of 2020. And the purpose of this is to assist people who are unemployed because of the pandemic, but do not qualify for regular unemployment insurance benefits. And this could include people who are self-employed, those who are about to start a new job but were not able to do so because of the pandemic, or those who worked but didn't make enough money to qualify for regular unemployment benefits, among others. And I know that there has been a lot of confusion around gig work and unemployment insurance. And you will probably still get a lot of questions about this as well. Each case is different. And if they were a gig worker or a contract worker and filed a regular unemployment claim and received a document indicating that their claim is not valid, they want to file for PUA. Some migrant seasonal farm workers will qualify for regular unemployment, but again, if they filed a claim and received a document indicating that their claim is not valid, they want to file for PUA. With the farm workers, so what our stats say is that some of them are eligible for unemployment insurance benefits if their employer meets the statutory definition of a farm and the employers pay more than 20,000 in wages in a calendar quarter, or has 10 or more employees working 20 days. So again, this is just for your information. You don't need to memorize all this, but just so you know that if you get a claimant who is a migrant seasonal farm worker, you want to encourage them to file for regular UI. And if they do not, if they receive a letter saying that the claim is not valid, then they can file for PUA. In the case of gig workers, if they filed a PUA claim and they are eligible for a regular claim instead, we will contact them. This is also something that causes a lot of confusion, but we will contact. It's very important. The most important thing here is that they file the claim. So if they worked per contract and they know that they do not meet the monetary requirement that we discussed earlier, then they want to file for PUA.
There is a question from Ellen Claudia, and it says, is it possible to receive a cheat sheet of sorts that lists the unemployment program, its definition, and the basic qualification like it says on those slides?
Well, I will be providing the slides, and also we have the eligibility quiz on our website that I'm going to provide that information later on the training as well. If that, we're gonna go through those. If that you still think that it is very confusing, maybe we can look for other ways to make it easier.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is Ellie. I can just add some extra context. A lot of us do like OHP assistance and APD style medical assistance as well. And since it's so many different programs, it's hard to remember the details. So we have these one-pagers that just say super basic information so that if someone asks us a question or says like PUA and we're like, oh shoot, what is that? We're not like sifting through slides and other documents, and we just have that one pager that has those basic information. So something like that would just be helpful so that we can more quickly and more accurately help clients when they inevitably ask. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we will explore that option. We may have that information already in our website, but anyway, we will explore that option. I also would like to provide a little bit more information regarding home care workers specifically, as I know that sometimes it might be confusing on how to report their employment history and the wages and if they would qualify for a regular unemployment claim, etc. And it is important to note that home care workers' wages are usually subject to unemployment insurance tax. So this means that if the person has worked enough hours or earned enough money during the base year, they probably qualify for an unemployment insurance claim. And it is very important that if you are filing the application on behalf of a claimant that worked as a home care worker, it's important that you enter in the application the name of each person that they provided care for, because it may, in the system, it may show differently, and that may save a lot of time when we are actually processing the application.
Suleiman,
And
there is
yes.
another question. Christian is asking, the pandemic unemployment assistance benefits were only available until December of last year. So the benefits is no longer accessible this year. Is that correct?
We're gonna get there. It's part of the application, and it's as part of the new legislation that passed on December 27. There is an extension for PUA. And still, if we're gonna get there, but if the claimant did not apply for last year, there's a possibility for a backdating a claim for last year. So we will get to that in probably 2 slides. Okay, so to receive PUA, they must not be eligible for regular unemployment in Oregon, any other state, or Canada, and they must have been out of work because of the pandemic. If they are approved for PUA, they will receive $205 at first. If they want to get more, they need to send us proof that they earned more than $16,480 during January 2019 through December of 2019. And under this new CAA law guidelines, all the claimants will have to submit proof of earnings and proof of employment in the upcoming months. We are still sorting out how this is going to be notified to the claimants and how it is going to work. We're still waiting for guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor for this. So we will notify claimants of this change. Now, if you file a claim for someone, a PUA claim for someone, it's important that you tell them that they will need to submit proof of earnings and proof of employment in the upcoming months. Okay. And so for PUA, the following are encouraged to apply. People who were self-employed since January 2019, people who applied for regular UI benefits and receive a letter indicating that their claim is not valid, people who are able to make the calculation presented before and are sure they would not qualify for a regular claim, people who do not have enough wages and had a job offer but were not able to start because of the pandemic. And again, claimants must be able to substantiate that they worked their employment or their self-employment and the wages earned or paid to confirm the eligibility for PUA. And they will be notified to provide this information. Okay, so now we got to what I was telling you a couple of minutes ago. So with the Continued Appropriations Act, the CAA law, we do have an additional 11 weeks of benefits payable for PUA. Now, if the person did not file a claim last year, and this is the first time that they are filing a PUA claim, those claims can only be backdated as of December 6th of 2020. So if the person became unemployed because of the pandemic on September and they did not file a claim for PUA and they are wanting to file the claim now, we can only backdate that claim as of December 6th of 2020. And this will pay an additional 11 weeks. And the PUA, this PUA extension expires on March 14, 2021. So the last week that they can get benefits for PUA for in this extension, under this extension, is going to be the week ending on March 13. There is also, through this new law, there's also a phase out period. And what this means is that if the person claimed PUA benefits for the week ending on March 13, they could get benefits up until the week ending on April 10. And this would happen if there's a balance remaining on their claim. And to apply for PUA, we go again to the unemployment.oregon.gov website, and we select the online claim system option under quick links. Again, I have included this check mark here, and this will get you to the step-by-step guide on how to file a PUA application. But we're also going to have a live demonstration on how to file for a PUA tomorrow. Okay. Once you are in the online claim system menu, you will select the pandemic unemployment assistance option. And this is very important again, when there is a claim in the system and the person keeps claiming for a week or reported earnings. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm going ahead of myself. Anyway, so when there's a PUA claim in the system and the person keep claiming for a week or more, they don't need to restart. There's no restart process for PUA as it is for regular unemployment, for a regular unemployment claim. All they need to do is to start claiming PUA weeks again. So it's going to be selecting the option on the online claim system and selecting that they want to file for PUA, a weekly claim for PUA. They do not need to restart or recertify their PUA application or submit another PUA application if they already did last year. There's no need for that. Okay. And another of the programs that we have to assist with the COVID-19 emergency is FPUC, and this FPUC, or Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation, this was the additional $600 that were provided from March 29 through July 25 to every claimant that received payment for a week. And now with the new law, the CAA law, this extension, instead of $600, is $300, and it's going to be starting on December 27 for weeks paid starting on December 27 through March 13 of 2020. And this is very important. If a claimant calls you to say that they want to apply for the additional $300, there is no need to apply for this. They will get the payments automatically if they are paid at least $1 for the weeks from December 27, 2020 through March 13 of 2020. Okay, and here are a couple of tips when you are filing the application on behalf of the claimant. Always, always, always read all the information that you see on the screen, even if it seems a lot. It is very important that the claimant understands that they are responsible for the information provided to get benefits. And it's important also that you make sure that the claimant understands and certify that the information provided is correct to the best of their knowledge. And now we have some additional resources in our website, and I would actually like to go through this on the actual website, to browse through the actual website so you can see how they work. So right now, in a couple of minutes, I will provide a break in a 10 something, a 15 minutes break. So let me just go, let's see, maybe I can stop here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here. And we are gonna take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back at 10:15. Here's some additional resources that you can use to assist claimants. I will go over them in the slides, and then I'm going to stop sharing the presentation and go to the actual website. We have once we go to our principal website, which is unemployment.oregon.gov. Again, this has the link, the presentation, there's a link in the presentation. So you just need to click on that and you will be redirected to this website. We have the contact button that gives us access to the contact us form. We have the different languages in which we have the information. If you are assisting a claimant in Spanish, then you just click the Espanol button and you will see the information displayed in Spanish. The search bar is what we will use if we have, if you're assisting someone and they, and you have some doubt on the information about PUA, then you just enter PUA or whatever the program or the question you have. And we also have the chat bot. That is this little button over here. We also, we usually see kind of like a dialogue box with, the name is Jessie, and you can ask questions to that. It's more kind of like interactive, and it does provide some very good information. The good thing about using that is that it really helps us. It is being monitored to kind of add the information and see which ways is it that people ask for the information. So I highly recommend using that as well. And then we have, the eligibility quiz. So this has all the information that you may need to determine if the person would qualify for the program. And we're going to explore that in a moment as well. Oh, and this is a dialogue box that I was talking to you about that says, hello, I'm Jessie. And I have also included this with the link. This is a link to our temporary rules. If someone has some doubt on whether they will be considered available or not, you can direct them to this website. And it has just a document I also included in the presentation notes. You will have the link in case you have trouble clicking in here. But this is also very important information for the claimants. And this are still in effect until we decide that they are no longer needed because the COVID-19 public health emergency is no longer in effect. And we also have additional resources for workers and for employers that you again can access by just clicking over the image in the presentation. And before I go to the website to provide more information on the additional resources. I would like to share some tips regarding work authorization because I know that it is also an area that causes some confusion. So to get any unemployment benefits, the person needs to be authorized to work in the US. And when filing the initial application for any of the programs, they will be asked to provide their USCIS or A number or their I-94 number. And this is a 9 to 11 digits number that's found on the work authorization document, like the green card or the work authorization card. And we will contact the claimant by mail. That's how the contact goes if we require additional information, which may include us requesting a copy of their actual work authorization document. And let's go, before I go in here, I'm going to get out of the presentation. Okay. And let's go to the website. Okay. Can you see the website? Because I'm not too sure if it's still sharing. Yes, the website, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So here we have, this is the contact button. And when we click there, it will get you to the contact us form. And we will talk about more in detail about this more in detail later. But so this is the contact form. You see that you can select the program and the option, and it asks for a lot of information about the claimant. Then we also have this search option. And if we are looking for information related to PUA, we just enter PUA. And then we have, for example, who is eligible for PUA. We click there, and this is kind of like the frequently asked questions. And it talks about pretty much all the information that you may need about PUA. It's pretty extensive. And if you want to file a claim, then you can click it from here. It is updated. All this information is updated as we get either additional programs or additional information from the Department of Labor. Let's try, for example, PEUC. And again, how long will it last? So we have some information on that. We could also use Jesse, and we can ask here, let's see, we can say extended benefits. And here we will have the information that we have on extended benefits, which is the PUC, and then more information on what EB typically pays. And here is a link to get even more information. Okay. All right. And also, what was the other thing? So we also have an eligibility quiz. Eligibility quiz. Okay. And put in here. All right. So this quiz will ask a series of questions to determine if the person is eligible or not for unemployment insurance. It also provides a link to our temporary rules and provides some more guidance on what the availability can be. For example, if a person couldn't work because they were sick with coronavirus, under our temporary rules that are still in effect, they would say that they were available for work because we will not consider not being able to work as a result of being sick with COVID-19, I'm sorry, them not being available. So if they were, for example, sick with COVID-19, they would be considered available still. And also, yeah, so this would be for regular unemployment benefits, and you have the eligibility quiz for pandemic unemployment assistance. And yeah, those are basically the two, because for PEUC, the requirements, the eligibility requirements would be those that I talked about here in the presentation, which is that they were not able to get a new claim. They do not qualify for a new claim in Oregon, any other state, or Canada, and that they have exhausted the benefits under claim, or that the claim expired after July 1st of 2019. So,
Suleiman, Claudia has a question, and she said, do you have an example, for example, of a person who works for a food delivery company and works some weeks, others not, and was sick and continue working?
okay, so it all depends, because all cases are kind of different. But if we have this person, okay, they work for a food delivery company, and this company pays unemployment insurance tax for them, so they are considered an employee of this company. They were working during the week, so and they earn more than their weekly benefit amount, and work 40 hours or more, because let me make a parenthesis here. So for a person to be considered unemployed, unemployment means in the state of Oregon that they worked less than 40 hours and earned less than their weekly benefit amount. So if they earn more, then they wouldn't qualify, that week wouldn't qualify for unemployment insurance. And if they worked 40 hours or more, the week wouldn't qualify for unemployment insurance. So in this case, let's say that this person that works for the food delivery company, they work a week 40 hours, and then the next week they work 20 hours, or they didn't work at all. So this person will need to reopen their unemployment insurance claim, or restart their unemployment insurance claim every week that they are unemployed. So if last week they worked full time, and then this week they know that they will not work at all, or that they will earn less than their weekly benefit amount, and they work less than 40 hours, then they want to restart their claim effective this week. And on Sunday, they can claim for this week. For restarts, the restart give you the option to restart the claim effective last week, so they can claim last week, or effective this week, so they can claim this week. And yeah, welcome. And now, finally, we also have in here, let me see if I can declare. We also have our frequently asked questions. This also provides a lot of information that may be really useful for you. And I think I also have, well, yeah, I know I also have in the application, in the presentation, if I can write it correctly, resources. Okay, there. So we have the resources for workers and for employers, and these, well, for workers, it's more what you're going to be working with. We have the temporary rules, the claimant handbook, that it is the claimant's responsibility to know the information that it's in that handbook, and more of the frequently asked questions. So these links are also very useful for you. And as I said, we do have that information in Spanish, and we can use the interactive search bar here. And for example, cómo puedo aplicar para PUA, cómo presento una reclamación. So these links are very useful, and the contact us form is in Spanish as well. But we will go over that tomorrow. Let me see, I want to know, I'm gonna go through the last 2 slides, and then I will provide the space for questions. If there are not many questions, then I'm going to guide you through the contact us form. Okay, so you have a claimant that's calling and saying that they filed the claim, but they still haven't received payment. So if they filed a claim for regular unemployment, they need to continue to claim benefits every week that they want to get benefits, even if they have not received a letter from us. If they work in a week, they need to enter in the weekly claim how many hours they worked in that week and how much they will be paid for those hours before any deductions. And when we process their claim, they will receive a letter telling them how much money they qualify for, or that they do not have a valid claim. If they receive a letter telling them that they don't have a valid claim, they may want to file for PUA. If they file a pandemic unemployment assistance claim, they need to continue to claim benefits every week, even if they have not received a letter from us indicating that they have a valid pandemic unemployment assistance claim. So if they work in a week, they need to enter in the weekly claim how many hours they worked in that week and how much they will be paid for those hours. And when we process the claim, they will receive a letter of entitlement telling them that they were approved for PUA. And if they are approved for PUA, their initial weekly benefit amount will be $205 unless they can provide proof that they earn more than $16,480.
Sulimar, there are a few questions. For the OHP assisters, we have the processing center phone line that works directly with the OHP assister. Will be there a phone number that if assisters helping people to apply for the unemployment benefits have any issues or anything like that, that they will reach directly to the unemployment department, or they will only use the contact us form and the phone number available to the public?
Well, the phone numbers are the ones here displayed on the screen, whether it is for regular unemployment insurance or pandemic unemployment assistance. And yeah, it would be this phone numbers or the contact us form. And they can submit the information through the contact us form, and as well try calling us.
And I'll add a little bit to that, if I may, Zulimar. I just want to note that this email address, the OED_languageaccess@oregon.gov, that does go to OED employees, and they can escalate the questions for specific claimants, but they will still need to be able to reach the claimant personally. So please make sure you include the claimant's full name, their customer ID number, but please don't include their social. We prefer you not email a social security number to us for security, and their language. And if there's a specific time that they should reach out to that claimant because of the claimant's schedule, please indicate that so they can try and reach them at the best time possible. But I would also note you know, they may still be going through similar channels as the contact us form. So it's another way that you can reach us and get claimants information to an OED staff person. And it may or may not be faster than the contact us form, but you are also welcome to share that email address with claimants. Now, Zulamar has made herself available for biweekly check-in calls with this group starting next week. And so that'll be the opportunity for kind of those broader questions that you might run into as you move along in the program. So we do want to make sure we have that support set up for you, but for individual concerns, as Zulamar said, you can give them the email address or email on their behalf, or you can submit a contact us form on their behalf or give them the phone numbers. I just want to note that we've removed the work systems language line from this slide very specifically, because that's really for claimants who don't have you helping them. And so we want to make sure that the work systems number, which is a separate program we're funding, remains open for claimants who don't know where else to turn to get some help. And it's simply there to help people file claims. They don't have any access to claimant files or our internal system. So I would not recommend it for this OHA program. Please make sure you connect the claimants directly to us through the resources on this slide. So I hope that's helpful as well.
And there is another question. Emilio asked if anybody wants to apply by phone, will that be available?
Yes, they can, again, they can call the, whether if it's for regular unemployment insurance, they can call the contact center phone number or pandemic unemployment assistance. They can call also, we do have separate, they are separate teams. So that's very important also, that if it's for regular unemployment insurance, they call the number under regular unemployment insurance. If it is for pandemic unemployment assistance, then it would be the number under pandemic unemployment assistance. But also if this person would require a call back, I advise also filling out the contact us form. Like if they are having trouble connecting with one of our staffs through our phone numbers, use the contact us form, because it will provide a space to add a description and say what is the problem. So if the person needs to file an application over the phone, then that's another resource that they can use, the contact us form.
Thank you. And there is one more question. I think Juana asked, what if a person works 12-hour shift, 2 days on, days off, and therefore, so they're off for an extra day in any given week? Do they still claim for a particular week?
Well, it will depend. So depending on when the days, because so our weeks start on Sunday and they end on Saturday. So if from Sunday to Saturday the person worked 40 hours or and earned more than their weekly benefit amount, then that week they will not be able to receive unemployment benefits. So if those days fall along the weeks in a way that in 1 week from Sunday to Saturday, they work less than 40 hours and earn less than their weekly benefit amount, they may still be able to claim and receive at least some reduced amount of benefits.
Thank you. And then just another question, Kim. I'm sorry. Keep interrupting. Christian asked, will we have an access to claims as we assist? So they basically, will they have access to claims that they assist similar to the OHP? So when they have OHP, they use the one portal and they can see the status of the application. Will there be a system that allows them to see if a claim was processed or not?
No, we have using the online claim system, the claimant, or you can assist the claimant checking the status of their claim. And that would be the method. There's an option for check the status of the claim. If the claim has not been processed, I don't remember exactly what is going to show up, or it may not really show up a status, but that would be the only method that you have to verifying the status of a claim. And that option also gives like the balance of the claim, like if the claimant is confused and they don't know if they have used up all of their unemployment insurance or their PUC, etc. That's the option you want to select to assist with that.
And another question is, when they submit the contact us form, well, should they include the applicant's information or the sister information, since the sister are going to be more familiar with the process?
You want to include the claimant's information because we would need to establish a contact directly with the claimant, but I would say is preferably that you add a note that the name of your organization and say on behalf of the claimant. And also, actually, I think we have enough time to go through the contact us form, unless do we have more questions?
No, so far. That's
Okay,
it.
so let's go ahead and go through the contact us form. Let me okay. Okay, so again, we just go to, let me do it from the beginning so it's very clear. We're here on the main site, unemployment.oregon.gov, and we will select the contact button over here at the far right, upper right side of the page. And here is the contact us form. So the first thing that we will select is which program the claimant is either applied or inquiring about or wanting to apply, if it's regular unemployment insurance, PUA, PUC, or extended benefits, disaster unemployment assistance, which, and just to provide the information, the disaster unemployment assistance is a very specific program. It has a very specific requirements, and it's only for the people that were affected by a major disaster. Last year, we had two disaster unemployment assistance programs implemented, and it was because of at the beginning of the year because of the floods and then because of the wildfires. So if someone is inquiring about this program, then you can just select this option. And then, but it's very uncommon that they will, because again, the eligibility requirement for this program is very, very specific. So you would, and the application period already closed. So it's very, very unlikely that you get claimants asking about the UA. And then we also have WorkShare. And WorkShare is a program that it's more the employers submit a plan to reduce the hours of the employees, and then the employees, depending on how many hours they were reduced, they get a portion of unemployment insurance benefits. But I think it's also unlikely that you get a lot of claimants calling about WorkShare. Because the employer is the one that submits the application on behalf of them, and it works in a very, very different way than the other programs. So it's very unlikely, but if you do, then you can advise them to use the, or help them use this contact us form. Okay, so you select the program that the person is inquiring about. And we have here a couple of main options. These are the most frequent questions that people have, or problems that they have with their claims. If it's if they didn't provided COVID-19 information, and this would apply more for PUA. If, for example, they missed entering when they were first impacted by PUA, they will select that option. If they are submitting, they were required to submit work authorization documentation. They can submit that through this form. They will select that option. If they need help filing the claim due to a disability, then they will select that option. To inquire on the status of a claim, to backdate the regular claim, and this is when I was on the presentation talking about people that want to claim weeks from last year. If let's say they are filing, they call you to file or to restart a claim, a regular unemployment claim, but they say that they missed claiming for weeks of last year, you want to help them restarting the claim so they can start claiming weeks of benefits again, and help them submit this form so they can, one of our representatives can contact them and help them file the weeks from last year. If there's a weekly payment that's missing, or there's an error there, they made an error on the claim. If let's say something that happens a lot is that people, when they file their weekly claim, they accidentally select that they were not able to work or that they refused employment, and then they get the letter and realize that that's not what they meant, that it was just a mistake. Then you would select, there's an error, the error I made on my claim. So one of our representatives can contact them and correct that information on the system. If they need help resetting their PIN, also there's a way to reset their PIN through the online claim system, but if that still doesn't work, then you can select that option. If they need help restarting their claim, if you try to restart a claim and it is not working, then you want to select this option. If they missed reporting earnings, automatically the system, if in some instances, when they claim and they say on a initial claim, for example, and this is important to have in mind when you're filing the claim for the claimant. If you are filing an initial claim for regular unemployment and the person says they want that claim effective last week because they want to be able to claim last week, the system is going to prompt you to fill out the application for last week. If the person says that they worked, so they say, oh, my last day of work was February 2nd, and in that application they do not enter an amount of money they earned last week, there's going to be a stop on the claim, and that happens automatically because we need to know if they say that they worked at least one day last week, we need to know how much they earned. So it's very important to have that in mind. And if they miss that, then they can select that they misreport reporting earnings. If they want to inquire about the FPUC payment or the work search requirements or appeal a decision, then we would select that option. Okay, and then we will enter their social security number. The social security number is a required field. We can, if you have a customer ID number for them, you can enter that information in here as well. The first name and last name, and an email address, if they have one, their phone number, and the preferred language. This is very important because it will help us assist them in their language. So it's very important to please select the correct language or their preferred language from this option. And when is the earliest date that they believe they are missing benefits? So if they are inquiring because they didn't receive their claim last year, and they are missing payments from July, then you would enter that July date in here. And here you will provide a description of what the issue is. You will enter, you can enter the acronym for your organization, and then on behalf of claimant, and start entering the information that they provide on what the problem is. And in here, you can upload any documents that they have. So if it's that they are wanting to provide a copy of their work authorization document, you just click upload and select the file, and then click in here that you're not a robot and click submit. To attach a file in here or to upload a file, you would need the claimant to send the file to you and then save it into your computer. You can have probably a folder for that. I don't know however you want to manage that, but you will need the file in your computer in order to upload it. All right, and that's the contact us form that is available again in Spanish. So if you want it in Spanish, you would go to Español and select Comuníquese con nosotros, and then select the options in here from the menu. Is going to be the same options, but just in Spanish, and then click submit. All right, do we have any questions?
Yes. Suleiman, Esther asked if they will have access to the claim status. I believe they could if they use the public portal. Is that correct?
If they use the what? I'm sorry.
If they use the public portal, the portal that is available to the public.
Oh yes. The online claim system. When we go here to the online claim system. Okay, well, let me put it in English. Okay, so in the online claim system, there's this option that says status of initial claim and other account details. So this is the option that would be selected to inquire on the status of a claim. And then you would enter the claimant's social and PIN number and whatever other information. I think it just asks for that, but I'm not too sure. But yeah.
And before helping clients, do the assistant need to have a consent form in place?
Teresa, I'm gonna relay that one to you.
That's fine. So you would follow the CPOP's kind of processes for however you provide assistance in the consent forms that you use, because your agreement is with the health authority. But what the employment department does need from you is that you, as the assister, sign one time a document just stating kind of some things around confidentiality, and I'll make sure that Lucy and Kelsey have that. But that's something that you would sign for OED's records. In terms of your agreement with OHA, you would follow whatever consent process you would normally follow for each claimant. But we only need the document from you personally one time. I hope that answers the question.
I think it does, Teresa.
Okay.
And thank you. And I have another question. When assisters are helping clients to apply for benefits, should the assister save the claim number? You know, at the end, they give you a claim number. Should they save that number or as a reference?
The confirmation?
Yes, the confirmation number.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to provide that number to the claimant. It's very important, like ask them to write it down so they can have it for the records. I really don't see a reason why you would need that number, because that number is more for whenever we are looking into processing a claim. that's something that the claimant can use, can provide us with their confirmation number so we can access or get the claim in the system. So it would be more something that the claimant wants to keep rather than you guys.
Okay, thank you. And do you know the estimate time to respond clients when they submit their contact us form?
I don't have that information. Oh, Teresa, go ahead.
So I have the general timeline right now, but I will note that when someone requests language assistance, the timeline might be a little bit different because you can indicate the language, and we do try and prioritize those requests to the fullest extent possible, along with, for example, prioritizing the worker authorization forms and some other things that come up like disability accommodations. So in general, it could be up to 8 weeks, but it really depends again on the nature of the question and which team it would then need to go to, because each team has a different workload. So I'm sorry, I can't give a more specific answer, but I can give you a very general one.
Thank you.
I will say if you email our language access email, the response time is generally very fast, but they may still have to escalate more complex things to that same kind of longer workload area. So nothing is perfect. We balance things out as much as we can, but I hope that helps answer the question.
Okay, thank you. And if anybody else have any other question, please feel free to unmute yourself. Oh, there is Christian has his hand raised. You can ask your question.
So you said that we need one signed document from the client to be able to help them. And so that can be the consent form from OHA, like the one that we use to assist clients with OHP? Or what do you mean when you say a signed document? Like, is that an internal document that we create? Is there no standard for it, or?
Sure, thank you for the question. And I'm sorry I wasn't more clear before. OED, the employment department, has a document that we will send to Lucy and Kelsey, and I apologize that I have not sent it already. And
Yeah,
it
makes
is
sense.
just for you to sign. So you do not need the customer to sign it, and you can electronically sign it as long as it's obviously emailed out from your email address. So that's all we need on our side. OHA may have some different requirements for you based on your grantee process.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yeah, this is Claudia from Project Access. I'd like to ask for, in order to help the client, is there a place where we can find what they have received so far? And then if we are going to help, let's say, to apply for a week that was missing or something, is there a place that we can check with them if they don't even remember if they got this, that day, that week, or their information, I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, as specific as like seeing if they missed claiming a week in the past, you won't be able to see that. That would be with a claim specialist because we would need to access the system in order to see how many, all the weeks that have been claimed and paid and whatnot. But we do have the status of your claim, of your initial claim and other account details option in the online claim system. And that will let them know if the claim has been, I'm pretty sure, yeah, if the claim has been processed and provide a balance, the balance of the claim, so how much funds they still have available, and the status of the weekly report, which will let them know if the week has been processed or not. So yeah, it's more like general information, but yeah, if they think they missed claiming a week, then use the contact us form and select the option, the proper option in there, and then describe the issue that the claimant thinks that they have, they missed claiming a week and they would like to claim for that.
So the contact form would be the most proper way to continue with the help. Okay.
Claudia and all of you, we also want to tell you that Kelsey and I, we are going to be there to support you. We are going to be the middle person. So any concerns, question, or maybe something that we don't know, we will always reach out to the employment department. So we are going to be the middle person, and we are going to send you a follow-up email with our email name and phone number that you can reach us out.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy.
Hi. Can you able to divide this bi-weekly? Is because has been a lot of confused how the calendar works on employment department. And it's gonna be easy for us to understand how people can be applied and whether they're missing and whether they're not. This is something in the past, I had a lot of complaint about the weekly understanding.
When you say bi-weekly, what do you mean? Like dividing what? The way that the claims are